Hello and welcome to Raw, the Fight Within podcast with myself, KUGAN CASSIUS. This week I'm delighted to be joined by a little bit of an enigma in Mr. Pretty Boy himself, Anthony Taylor. First of all, is it too early for you, this?
Man, I mean, it wouldn't say it's too early. I kind of slept in. Look, I'm 12 hours behind normally. I live in San Francisco, so 12-hour time difference opposed to being in England, 8 hours is a big deal. But I'm okay. We're up. We're doing this interview. What's up, y'all? Welcome.
Welcome. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. When I got here to the hotel today and I couldn't reach you, I was like, he's definitely asleep. I've had to go to the hotel concierge to kind of ring your phone here, which you answered straight away. Shout out the concierge here at the hotel. Do you know what? When I look at you, and I've known you for like probably maybe 2 years now, but it's like part of me thinks like, who the fuck is Anthony Taylor? Because like you come on the scene, like everyone talks about you now, and it's all happened within, from the outside, it seems a short space of time. Is that a fair comment or not?
That's fair. I mean, think in 1 year I became one of the most popular men on earth when it comes to Misfits boxing. Like, no one has made a bigger impact than I have on Misfits besides KSI, of course. But for that first year, it was a road bump. People didn't really take me serious. People just looked at me as a joke. Fighting, Ryan Taylor, fighting Jack Fincham. But look, as long as you keep winning, you can't be denied the glory. As long as you keep winning.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think your record kind of speaks for itself in that way. Like, I do remember kind of last year in Dubai. Actually, we're in Dubai now, and I remember in Dubai where it was like Floyd. He was like on Floyd's case, and he was like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on," and then it's like, let's do a spar and all that, and it kind of, you seemed up for it, but then it seemed like because you were fighting as well, it seems like kind of the sensible part of you said, hang on a minute, do I need to do this right now? Do I need to do this 2 or 3 days before I fight?
Yeah, I mean, I think if me and Floyd would have fought and sparred, I think it would have been more bad blood on that one.
Yeah.
And it's not saying I was going to get my ass whooped, because that's what I was never going to let Floyd just whoop my ass. Before I even tried to, I was going to double leg his ass ASAP. Double leg, ground and pound. I would never let no grown man whoop my ass. Especially Floyd Mayweather, if you know what I mean. I just had to realize, like, you don't spar for free. Any other coach, any people gonna talk all they want, like, oh yeah, I would spar. Yeah, right. Because if your coach was there, you would never even sparred. You gotta fight in 3 days. You're not here to fight Floyd. You're here to fight Jack Fincham. Especially Floyd had like about 20 goons ready to go. They were all in their backpacks. I wasn't trying to get stomped out at all. You know what I'm saying? Like they could talk about clout all they want, but then I would have missed out on the money I made. I mean, I chose the money over the spar. It's like saying $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z. I chose the $500,000. The fuck you talking about? Spar with Floyd. Is either make $50,000 against Jack Fincham or spar Floyd and not fight. I took my money. So y'all can say what y'all want about I would have sparred Floyd. Yeah, I'm taking the money.
I thought that was a sensible thing to do. I was there on the ring apron, and I was thinking to myself, the only people that are going to benefit are the people filming it. They're the only people that are going to make any money out of you going in there and at that last minute and doing, if you did one round. All the people filming it will make the money. You don't. So why the fuck are you going to do it?
Right, and I think if, let's say if I did go in there and he just kicked my ass, let's say even though he's not, that lose interest of him even wanting to fight me. It still builds I'm becoming more relevant and relevant as Floyd is Floyd. I'm starting to build my case of, yo, this Anthony Taylor is starting to become a hot motherfucking commodity. So now if the Floyd fight does happen, I'm a bigger name than I was when I first came in the scene with Floyd.
Yeah.
I'm that guy on Misfits. Now people's gonna want to be like, ooh, Anthony versus Floyd. Okay, it's something interesting instead of Aaron Chalmers versus Floyd, Digi versus Floyd, Gotti versus Floyd. They like, yo, Anthony's a tough motherfucker and he can talk his ass off on the mic. Floyd ain't gonna be able to out talk Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd actually, in a trash talking situation, I think my money's on you, Taylor.
Absolutely, you want to. He's an old man. Look, man, he's the old pretty boy. I'm the new pretty boy. Look, he's old. He's washed. You know what I'm saying? Old people, sometimes they got to lose. You can't always win.
Right, let's jump straight into this now. Currently in your life, nothing to do with boxing, but if you could change one thing in your current life, what would it be right now?
Nothing. If I was to go back and tell my younger self anything, I say, we good here, bro. Keep doing you. It might take a little while, but we in a great position. Don't change nothing. Do you. Because whatever you change, we ain't going to be in the spot. We good. Don't worry. I'm about to just sit back and relax. Nah, you don't need no help. You good. We're gonna do amazing things. Just keep doing you. I'm just gonna watch.
I kind of like that. How old are you now?
34.
34. So 34, right now in your life, no aspect of it. You wouldn't want more money. You wouldn't want better cars. You wouldn't want more whip. Nothing. You would.
Well, that's gonna come.
Yeah.
The more I fight, the more money I'm gonna make. The more things come. It just takes time. I'm only 1 year into Misfits. Imagine 4 years more. I'm enjoying life. I manifest these things. There's no one who's done what I've done in Misfits, what I have. No one has. Fought almost 5 times. Been on almost every pay-per-view there was besides the very first one. I've been on all pay-per-views on Misfits besides that very first one. I'm that guy. Like, people appreciate me more and more every time I go to these Misfits events because I'm always carrying the show. Now, I appreciate Mams, Silent Brothers, Silent Brothers, they're dope people, dope human beings. I'm just that guy. And I put in that work, and I don't make it as a facade. I am that person. I don't need a makeup to try to act cool and funny. It's just you see me in Dubai, you see me outside of Misfits. That's just my personality.
A difficult one possibly for you, but do you ever think about, or can you think about, if boxing or MMA wasn't in your life? So if you hadn't got into that industry, like where Anthony Taylor would be right now, or what he could be doing right now?
That is a difficult question. To be honest, I'd probably be doing porn or some shit. I don't really know.
I don't even know if you're joking, but that
No, I'm
seems
serious.
fitting. Yeah.
I'm serious. Like before I got into MMA, I was a loser. I was working at like a T-Mobile phone shop. Really nowhere to go.
Why is that a loser though?
I mean, I had no motivation.
Okay.
I played basketball in college, but I never really had a motivation. Like this guy named James Lee Hardman ran up to me in 2014, 13 and said, hey, you want to try MMA? I'm like, what the hell is MMA? He's like, come to my gym.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Wow.
And he's like, I'll show you. Come to my gym. Fell in love. Had the personality to this day during the amateur circuit. And the rest was history. And I tell people, look, I was 20. I believe I was 24 at the time. I told people, look, just because, it's not your time, it will come. My time just happened to be later in life. I didn't know I was going to be an MMA fighter at 24 years old. No one knows. You kind of figure out what type of professional sport you want to do by the time you're 16. I thought I was going to make it to the NBA, but I realized I was too short. Whoop-de-doo. 7 years later, holy shit, I'm an MMA fighter now, fighting professionally. Like, I didn't think I was going to be like this in high school. Otherwise, I would have joined the wrestling team.
But you as like let's go like to when you was like 15, 16, 17. What did you get into altercations or fights kind of when you were that kind of age, or did that not really come into your life until you actually went into that gym and
Well, I wasn't gonna say I was a bully, but I was. But I did play a lot of sports like soccer, football, hockey, basketball. I played a lot of sports, but also, you know, I never really grew up in a really bad neighborhood. I just hung around like troublesome friends at the time. And growing up, there were so many sports for us to play, but we just didn't realize what we wanted to do with our lives. We were knuckleheads. We wanted to have fun. We wanted to be cool. Talk to the girls, so I got that swag.
talk to me about a time in your life, like I said, not specific to combat sports, whether that's boxing or MMA, but talk to me about a time in your life where you felt as though you were fighting a losing battle in your life.
You know, I say that's probably before I got into MMA. What am I going to do with my life? 23 years old, don't really have a decent job, barely surviving, struggling to pay my rent. I'm living in Stockton, California. What am I doing with my life? Is this life for me? Am I going to be a loser for the rest of my life? Now, I could have chose to feel like that and stick like that. Stick with that. But I always told myself, I'm going to be a somebody. I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to manifest this shit. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I know I'm going to get there as long as I manifest and I work hard. Keep a great mentality. Make your bed up in the morning. Brush your teeth. Thank God. Stay consistent. As long as you're being consistent, it's going to happen. We here. I tell people, your time is different. It took me 34 years to get here. It might take you 18. I'm 34 years old and Misfits just happened. Like, holy shit. How many 34-year-olds can say they get into Misfits? Now, people call me old, and I look at Simple Simon, 54, fighting on Misfits. Hey, I can keep doing this for a long time if that's the case.
Yeah, listen, I'm 42 and I'm thinking about doing it next year myself. So
Look, it's the sky's the limit, man. Look, if I was 18 and someone said, you ain't going to be a star until you're 34, I'd be like, get the hell out of here, because people retire at that age. No one is fighting in their 30s, really. No NBA player at the time was in their primes in their late 30s. But look at it now. These guys, 36 years old, still all-stars in basketball. 40 years old, still playing at the highest level. You got Terrence Crawford, 35, 36 years old, one of the best boxers in the world. So you realize and you tell yourself from the age of 18, you're like, man, 18 years from now, Anthony, watch. You're going to be a star. I'm like, hell no. That's too old. And you realize, hey, man, I'm grateful, bro. So I'm grateful. Like, I knew it took this long, but it's okay. But see, that's the difference of where we fuck up, where we play now, work hard later. You work hard now, so you play later. I kind of did both a little bit. I kind of worked hard and played now, but then started fucking up towards the end. But right now, I'm working hard. Right now in my 30s, so I can set myself up for my 50s and 60s and 70s.
so currently for you right now, again, nothing specific to do with kind of the industry you're in, but what are the everyday battles for Anthony Taylor? When you wake up in the morning, what are the everyday, whether they're mental, physical, whatever, what are they?
Every day, I gotta get this boner off my ass every fucking morning. Okay, let me be serious. Let me be serious. I mean, everyday battle is knowing that that's a good question because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't without Misfits. Mams, Taylor, Nikisa, MVP. I want to be here. I have to think when I'm training, what if I get hurt and I can't fight for a whole year? That's my income. What am I going to do? I don't have a 9 to 5 job. I don't have a pension. I don't have where it's worker comps and stuff. If I get injured, I'm gonna get paid. You know, time off. So those do run through my mind. My family, my girl, my kids, my dogs. What am I going to do if something happens to me during training? So that stuff always runs through a fighter's mind every time.
Would you call yourself an emotional person?
I
When's the last
was,
time you cried?
man, it's been a while, bro. I don't even
What
know.
makes you emotional?
My family. I say like if you verbally talking about them, I don't get emotional. It's just part of the fight game. It's trash talking. But if something physically happens to them, then that's where I get emotional. But I'm a tough motherfucking cookie, Krugen. It's gonna take a lot to get me mad. Like everything verbally. I'm just a master at the verbal game. Cause I grew up as a kid playing your mama jokes, your daddy jokes. I grew up taking it beyond that. So that's why I kind of have that sense of humor of I can talk about somebody mama and just laugh at them and just like yeah, cause I grew up doing that. But as far as being emotional about it, nah. I mean, I love my family. That's why I don't post my family on social media. I keep it away. I keep them safe. Cause I got so many haters, kids, man, they will bash family members just to get to you. You can't even post your girlfriend while people are just talking shit. Your girlfriend this, that. It's like, bro, chill, bro. I'm here to entertain you guys as a fighter. I ain't your best friend. I ain't your brother or sister.
Do you think that at any point of your life when you've been involved, like I said, for the last 10 years or so with, let's say, combat sport, because it obviously crosses over between MMA and obviously now boxing, but do you believe that depression has ever played a part over that 10-year period caused by you being in that industry?
Absolutely. I once tried killing myself in 2017. I got cut from Bellator. I was 2-5 as an MMA for my record. I was depressed, bro. I was like, what I'm doing with myself? I was partying, fucking girls, traveling the world with a 2-5 record. I was living good before I had that record. Signed a big contract with Bellator. I lost that. Bro, it was depressing. Very depressing. I tried killing myself that one year. It was sad because, in 2015 when I came into MMA as a pro, I had no money, no job, nowhere to go. I reached out to Antonio McKee and he gave me a place to stay on Facebook. That's how I met him, on Facebook. Gave me a place to, come over to LA. You can live with me in my house upstairs and work hard. Man, I was driving Uber. I was stripping, bro. I became a stripper just to make some type of money, just to survive. That was a low time in my life. 25 years old in LA, being a stripper driving Uber, trying to become an MMA fighter. 2017 comes, I fucked it all off, playing around, became homeless again. I wanted to off myself. But you know why I didn't? Because I always had a student mentality. I was willing to relearn and relearn and relearn from my mistakes. And I tell people, learn from other people's mistakes, not yours. Trust me, it's going to come a long way. I train hard to make this shit look easy. I train hard to make this shit look easy. And you got to tell yourself that. Not just in fighting, but just every fucking day, Krugen. You interviewed, you bust your ass off. Now you make this shit look easy. Now people want to interview with you. That's just how it is, man. People forget that. Work hard, good things will come to it. Meaning you manifest that shit. As long as, when I say manifest that shit, work hard towards those goals. It'll happen eventually. As long as you work hard towards it, it's going to happen. I swear to God to you, bro. I called out Tommy Fury in April of 2021. No one knew about the tweet. I get the chance to spar with Jake Paul. Jake Paul said, hey, I want you to fight Tommy Fury in August. I manifested that, bro. Manifest to that moment. You gotta put forth in what you manifest.
Going back to what you're referring to as a very dark time from listening to you there, was there a specific moment where you thought to yourself, right, I'm not going to kill myself? Was there a specific moment that occurred in your life?
Yeah, I mean, that's the devil talking to you.
Yeah.
That's them. You know, you have you have your good side and your bad side. Your bad side's telling you you're a fucking loser off yourself. No one's gonna care if you die. But the other side of me was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You fucking loser. You're complaining about life. You're blaming yourself. You're the one who put yourself into that. No one else around you put you in that position besides you. You're either going to sit down and mope about it and let people walk all over you, or you're going to get the fuck up and change this fucking world. Because we know what type of ability you have, Anthony. Are you going to sit down and just feel sorry, or get the fuck up and take over this fucking world? I went that route. Why feel sorry for myself? I've been homeless before. I've been broke. I know what it feels to do odd things for money, to strip and all that stuff. Why complain? You can't get nothing further than that. Nothing lower than that. All I can do is go up. So I went up. And I kept going higher and higher and higher. It's just every time I kept coming higher, the higher the ladder started becoming more sturdy and sturdier because I started believing myself. I'm here. I'm on Misfits. What is next? Maybe Karate Combat. Maybe PFL. We don't know what's going on next with me. Like, I want to do MMA. I want to do WWE. I want to be an actor. The sky's the limit. This right here, when I'm on this platform, there's levels to this, and this is like the next stage of my life. What is after Misfits? Hollywood, baby. Hollywood.
I know you said you wouldn't change anything about your life, but if you could, and I'm not asking for like a regret, but if you could go back in time and handle any situation in your life differently, is there a situation that you possibly would have handled differently?
Yeah, absolutely. Certain type of women I met. It was just no reason to meet those type of women. It was a waste of my fucking time. Waste of my fucking time. Certain type of women. Waste of my time. You know? I would say that was it, but everything else, man, was good for me. Good for my career. It helped mold me who I am as a man today. Certain women helped, certain women didn't help. You know, I'm human, just like you are, just like everybody else. A lot of people just see the rah 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 AT, but they don't really get to see what type of guy I am. They don't really get to see what's behind this humor. Like, it's like, yeah, I smile all the time on camera, but you don't know if I'm hurting behind the camera. I come to these misfits events because it puts joy on my face. I'm not there just to be there to talk shit. I'm there because I genuinely found a home, someone I trust, something that I'm happy to do. Yeah, I might throw jabs and talk shit about KSI, but that's just part of it. You know, so I got nothing but respect for KSI. I appreciate him and everything he's done for me and giving me the opportunity to fight on his promotion. You know, I've had lunch with KSI, just me, him, Mams, and and his coaches. We sat down. There's no bad blood. You know, we're just competitors who really just want to compete against one another. Fortunately, it might not happen anytime soon, but there's no bad blood between us at all. And whenever I take jabs at him, it's just me poking fun. It's nothing serious. It shouldn't be taken serious at all.
Who's been the biggest influence on your life?
I say Mams Taylor.
Really, yeah.
Yeah,
Your
definitely.
whole life, yeah.
Yeah. I say my entire Mams Taylor is coming into my life, but most important, like my biggest motivation was Antonio McKee. He changed my life for what I am today. He helped mold me into a man growing up in LA.
Difficult one, this one. Some people answer this question because they've got something in their head, but if you want to come back to this, we can come back to this in a few minutes. But if there was a song that explained Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor's life, what song would it be?
Man, it's hard to really sum up to that. But it's two songs. You got Too Short to Ghetto, and then you got J. Cole, Crooked Smile. Cold World.
Why?
I think Too Short song, The Ghetto, definitely describes where I grew up and how life can be depressing and such a trap where I'm from. But you also have J. Cole's song, Crooked Smile, where you have that smile, don't change who you are just because you got money. You know? Yeah, I got money, and yeah, I still got a fucked up smile, but that just doesn't change who I am as a person. I'm still going to be this funny, outgoing guy.
If me and you could hop back into a time machine, the DeLorean, should we say? We go back to when you were 21, and you see a 21-year-old version, not a 21-year-old version, but you at 21, and I said, you've got 3 minutes to go and talk to your 21-year-old self. What would you say? Not in that 3 minutes, but what's the main things that you would want to kind of get across talking to a 21-year-old version of Pretty Boy Taylor?
I mean, it's not really much to say. I don't want to affect the timeline, because if I say anything crazy, we wouldn't be here. You know, I just ask him about him. How's your day going so far? What do you like to do? What do you like for fun? You know, how's your mental health? At the time, my dad passed away at 21. You know,
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, it's fine. I think I probably would have talked to my younger self about my dad to say it's okay. It's not your fault. You didn't really spend that much time with your dad before he passed. That would be it. Anything else, I want to say nothing. If he asks me a question about where we're going to be at, don't worry. You need to go through this to get where you are now. That experience.
This next one, I'm going to try and word it a little bit differently so it doesn't sound too morbid. I'm not going to say if you died today. Actually, do you know what? We're real talkers. If you died today, what 3 things would you want Anthony Taylor to be remembered for? Whether that's your family, people that know you, fans of yours. What 3 things would you want to be remembered for to leave as somewhat of a legacy?
I'm going to throw this out there. One of the greatest Misfits boxers that ever came onto this crossover scene. Ain't nobody going to do what I do. By the time Misfits done, I'm going to be the greatest trash talker of all fucking time with crossover boxing. That's number 1. Number 2, just my personality. My family's always going to remember me being outgoing and hardworking. And number 3, I love my fucking family, my dogs. People gonna remember that part.
Okay, just for the record, I do hope you continue on living. That wasn't there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I just wondered because obviously I think about it sometimes and I just think to myself, what do you want people if you care about that? Some people don't give a fuck about that, but if you are a decent person and you wasn't here anymore, what would you want to be remembered for? Because, like you said, you want to be. You can answer it if you want.
Babe, I'm in the middle of an interview. I gotta call you back. All right, let me call you back. I'm in, and you call me. My thing going off. Let me call you back.
Okay, because it's almost.
All right, I call you back. Sheesh.
We're nearly done. We're nearly done
Sheesh,
anyway.
sheesh. All right, go ahead, Kruger. I'm sorry. My apologies.
No, but if you're watching over and you can see, like, what do you want? You don't want people to think of you as like a bad or negative person. If you are one, then you're fucked. But if
I mean,
you know.
Kruger, let's think about it, right? We remember Robin Williams, the comedian.
Of course.
We saw the allegations he went through with, some stuff. We don't need to get deep into it, but when he killed himself, we can always remember that Robin Williams was a stand-up guy. Great personality, the light in the room, life of the party type of guy. We can always remember that. We'll never say nothing bad about Robin Williams. Oh, he was a piece of shit, or he hit his women, or he gave his wife herpes. We'll never say that shit. We'll always remember Robin Williams always put a smile on everybody's face. Same thing applies to me. I'm not a bad person. I know I've done my fair shares of bullshit in my past, but people will always remember Anthony Taylor was probably one of the most honest, funniest guys there was on Misfits. Everybody who says, "Can I get an interview?" Anthony Taylor did it. "Can I get a picture with you?" Anthony Taylor did it. "Sign my autograph?" Anthony, "can you fight?" Anthony Taylor did it. I'm that honest guy, and no one be able to talk bad. Not even KSI. They'd be like, "Yo, Anthony went above and beyond for Misfits Company." Like, he was a true Misfits guy. If I was to die right now, people say Anthony Taylor was the definition of a Misfits. Even though Misfits means fucking knucklehead. You know? But people can never doubt my loyalty to Misfits and who I am as a person. This is not a facade. This is not an act. This is just who I am as a person.
Last one. What drives that fight within you? What is it? What are the factors really? Forget boxing, forget Misfits, forget KSI, forget Tommy Fury, forget all these things that kind of we see. What drives Anthony Taylor?
I was brought on here for one reason. That was to be a star. I told myself when I was younger, I'm going to be a star, just like The Rock. I'm going to be the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. And I've always told myself that since I was 8 years old. I'm going to be a star, but I'm going to be a bigger star. My goal is to meet Mike Tyson and The Rock. Those are my goals. I've done it all. Party, orgies, travel the world, fight on TV, come in a movie, done every fucking thing there is possible that I wanted to do. You know? But now I got to meet my idols. I'm here because I believe in myself. No doubt about it. I believe in myself more than anybody else probably believed in me. You know, when I fought King Kenny and Salt, people didn't believe I was going to win that fight. KUGAN, hell, you didn't think I was going to win that fight probably. But it's part of the game. This is what's so amazing part is turning non-believers into believers. You turn those non-faith believers into followers. And now I have such a fan base. But overall, man, it's just an incredible feeling to be here at this very moment. Like, I can look back 20 years from now and be like, yo, I fucking did it, bro. I was that fucking guy. When I look at older fighters like Frank Bruno, you know, from London, yeah, he looks old as shit, bro. But he can tell himself, man, 30 years ago, I was the shit. I was the guy. I was ripped in my prime. You know, these type of things, you just cherish these moments. But keep going. Because anybody can become famous. It's just how you deal with it.
Okay, Mr. Anthony Taylor, much appreciate your time this morning. Yes, listen, whatever for you next, obviously, don't actually know when this is going out, so we won't give a kind of time scale or anything, but do appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Waking you up from your sleep nap, what? Yeah, but do appreciate your time, Anthony, and we'll catch up with you again whenever you've got relevant news in the fight world.
Man, everything I do is relevant, brother. Everything I do.
I meant relevant news in the fight world when you've got something to announce.
No, I know, I'm just joking.
Which we know is pending. Guys, thank you very much for listening. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. We'll catch you very soon on Raw, The Fight Within, with Anthony Taylor here. We're out.
We out. Sorry I was on my phone. Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. We out. I appreciate you, Misfits fans. You most valuable promotion fans. Thank you guys for the support, whether you like me. Thank you for the booze. Always keep booing me because I love booze. Keep booing me.
Thank you very much.